In the early 1900s, a group of writers, philosophers, artists, and intellectuals began to meet in each other's homes to converse and share ideas. Today we call that collective of wonderfully talented people the Bloomsbury Group. The men of Bloomsbury were students at King's College and Trinity College, constituents of Cambridge University. They were almost all high achievers and active in student life, yet one must imagine that they didn't quite fit in well as the other students. Many of the Bloomsburys held particular ideas on human society which at the time seemed beyond radical. For example, the non-critical assessment of homosexuality, however appropriate today, was considered a serious moral error in the early 20th century. Indeed, many of the Bloomsburys called into question the idea of traditional monogamous marriage. Several advocated for and practiced polyamory, multiple consensual romantic partners. Some of the members of this congregation included writer Virginia Woolf, her husband, author and publisher Leonard Woolf, artist Vanessa Bell, along with her husband and art critic Clive Bell, journalist Desmond McCarthy, artist Duncan Grant, artist Roger Fry, and the famous novelist E.M. Forster. It is important to note that although they shared similar values, ideas, and creative influences, they are not a school of thought. What makes this confederation of friends so noteworthy is how many very talented people call themselves a member. East Sussex is the home to three magical places of creativity and imagination that capture the spirit of Bloomsbury. This group of thinkers, writers, and artists banished the stuffy Victorian conventions and created a unique bohemian lifestyle against the background of the stunning South Downs. The house is the only surviving example of complete interiors by the artists Vanessa Bell and Duncan Grant anywhere in the world. Decorated top to toe by its inhabitants, who were inspired by Italian fresco painting and the post-impressionists, it is almost a living artwork with ceramics, textiles, colorful furniture, and paintings. Painter Vanessa Bell, the sister of writer Virginia Woolf, moved to Sussex in 1916 with artist and decorator Duncan Grant in a setup that was unusual for the time. The pair were involved romantically, they had a child together, and Vanessa's husband and art critic Clive Bell also lived for a time at the house. Grant's lovers David Garnett and economist Jane Maynard Keynes joined them for periods too. Other visitors included Virginia and Leonard Woolf, writer E.M. Forster, biographer and essayist Linton Strachey, and artist Roger Fry. The group were interested in working out a new way of living here, a different approach to friendships, relationships, and family life. One way of thinking about the Bloomsbury Group is that they form a bridge between the Victorians and the moderns. Originating in London in the first decade of the 20th century, the founding members of the Bloomsbury saw the passing of the Victorian state of mind and the Victorian way of doing things. Many of their literary works prove their rebellion against the Victorian mindset.